Yeah, y'all know it is your boy King Lucky Money real reaction video. Look at him, man. We are now down to part 6, in which we have already showed you guys Brick Baby, Big U, King Von, Lil Durk, Quando Rondo, Lil Tim, the demise of Lil Pop, and so many more with this such sad story. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
As soon as I seen that, first I see, all right, I landed in Atlanta. Boom. They say he got shot at a football game in South Georgia. He was shot too. So yeah. I'm looking, I'm like, damn, didn't catch a break. Cause I was like, didn't he just lose a homeboy like the day before that or something? I'm like, watch what the internet do with this. Like, you knew it was coming. I just was laughing. I doubt Dirk had something to do with it. Like, I don't see how.
A few days later, Brick Baby even said in a September the 15th, 2022 interview that there's an old saying that you're not a rollin' 60 until you kill another rollin' 60. An allusion to the death of Nipsey Hussle at the hands of Eric Holder, another rollin' 60.
At a point, it was like everybody in LA used to say, oh yeah, you ain't a real 60 till you kill a 60. But it's like our hood big. And they've been in Turtle Beach for years.
He would also clown Quando Rondo for attempting to change sets after the death of his friend, laughing at him for trying to tap out the gang like it's wrestling.
Have you ever thought about leaving the
Shout out to Real Life Street Store, the studio.
Recently there was a young rapper who said
he's done with
that. He said he's done with that. But
hey. I said 1, 2, 3. Man, never in life. Even if I was like, we got retired gangbangers in the hood.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's the way you go about it. You don't never drop your flag though.
Around a month after the shooting, Brick Baby would be seen on social media flexing with bundles of cash and releasing a new song with OTF artist C3, a track called Brick Lato. A track which had C3 rapping, I heard they claim in 60, have them real hoods get at you, as well as rapping, they drop that location, we at your spot, we pulling up like peekaboo. With this release sparking yet more speculation that Brick Baby had actually been signed to Lil Durk's OTF label just a month after the shooting, with an OTF affiliate jumping on this song with him, seemingly claiming responsibility for the deed. But Brick Baby would duly deny his involvement in the incident.
This dude right here be looking suspicious.
And then there was the rumors about you signing to OTF. Is there anything to that?
Nah, man, it ain't nothing to it. I mean, it's OTF. We got in the works, but it ain't no locked in type situation. They just see me on the gram with a gang of money and just think that it's that.
However, Brick Baby would continue to drop songs like the track Murder Dance with Icewear Vezo, where he raps, I just gave 100 bands to my murder man, I prepaid for 10 bodies, and he don't need a stretcher, he need a body bag. He was dissing on the net, we finally caught his ass. Only thing I'm regretting is I ain't wear a mask. And lyrics saying, broad daylight, knock his brains out, dropped 50 on his car, knock his frame out. But Brick Baby was got people really surprised when he said outright in a No Jumper interview with Poetic Flacco that people can no longer tell Lil Durk that he needs to slide for Von because of what happened to Lil Pap.
Oh, they did something. Oh, slide for him. Oh, you a bitch. Oh, yeah.
Slide for Von, right? Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, because of no. Like
they
who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because
Break talk too much, man.
Oh, who?
Nah, because Lil Pop.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, what's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more. That's the new term, like no more slide for Von.
And do you feel like you now have earned your way into the quote unquote OG status now?
Definitely.
Right.
Not like that. It's just like because of the way I carry myself.
He would go on to say that Quando has to lay in the bed that he made by not showing love to the Rolling 60s Crips in LA.
You should have been doing the right thing from off the rip. That's what they say. The bed, you gonna lay in the bed that you make. That's just a perfect example. Like, hey, if you would have handled your connections or your people, whatever you had, the right way before it jumped off.
And saying that Quando was dumb for beefing with Durk, who has $20 to $30 million to his name.
And just signed the deal for like 20, 30 million, Durk, right?
Yes.
Who the f to beef with Cuz for you? Like, this nigga got too much money, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, listen, man.
Don't beef with rich people.
don't beef with rich people, man. Unless you gonna slide, and you don't need to say nothing out loud.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, point blank, period. Don't put that bagger thing on your head.
These bold comments attracted shock on Twitter from other apparent members of the
This
Rolling
dude
60s
talk
Crips,
too
and Brick
much.
Baby would later deny his comments were self-snitching, reaffirming once again that he has nothing to do with the shooting.
Never said nobody did nothing. I'm the dead homies. I ain't say Dirk did nothing. I ain't say nobody did nothing. I said the internet say you can't say Slide and Wine no more. We don't got nothing to do with them games the boys was playing. 6-7. Dead homies. And I doubt Dirk just got called just rolling around in LA. Come on, let's make it make sense.
But even as recently as April 2023, Brick Baby is still releasing music like his most recent track, Not Enough, which came with lyrics where he seemingly admitted outright to lining people up and boldly proclaiming to have been paid in excess of $1 million for setting someone up to get killed. All of these public statements paint a picture of the LA Rolling 60s being involved in this incident. But for the record, at the time of making this video, this crime is still completely unsolved, and there's been no substantial evidence to tie anybody to the murder of Lil Pab. This murder, just being the latest senseless killing, is yet another dark moment in hip-hop history. Just like the death of King Von, there really are no winners here. Thankfully, Quando Rondo survived this assassination attempt, but he still lost one of those people who had been closest to him throughout his entire come-up. Fortunately, Quando wouldn't be deterred, and he would return to music, channeling his pain into yet more meaningful hit songs. In fact, Quando Rondo would team up with both NBA Youngboy and Lil Tim to record an entire album of music, speaking openly on everything that had happened over the past few years. King Von's sister would announce from his Twitter account on February the 11th, 2014 that he would be home from jail tomorrow, with footage of Von cutting off his ankle monitor and throwing up gang signs circulating online after his release. When he got back out, he would be back on the streets and involving himself in gang politics once again. His first tweet out was dissing the ops, of course. He would also openly wonder where T-Roy went, as apparently his partner in crime had ended up in jail himself during this time. Also upon his release, Von would also tweet at famous names in the Chicago drill scene like Boss Top, Lil Reese, Chief Keef, E-Day, Rondo No. 9, and Capo. He would then go on to diss two people that he allegedly killed, Modell and Crack, but at least initially, it didn't appear that Von was able to commit any more acts of violence, because apparently, following his release, he would wind up on house arrest for a short period. But that didn't stop him from posting pictures of himself at home, dissing Tuka with a gun sticking out of his pocket. Pictures of Von with famous BD hitters like T-Roy and D-Rose would circulate around this time, with the likes of Chief Keef even reposting them as a sign of respect for the most feared local shooters, with Von also sharing pictures of his crew to Twitter openly, with the caption simply reading, gang members. Von would also tweet about it being a very scary year for the ops, even tweeting disrespectful collages featuring photographs of rivals who had been killed recently. Von didn't care one bit what he was posting on Twitter, and honestly, it didn't seem like the police cared either. Von tweeted openly that he will kill someone on St. Lawrence, promising to shoot ops in the face and kill them fast, dropping mocking tweets about people he had allegedly killed like Modell. He would pledge to drop even more bodies, even tweeting that he was shooting as soon as he got off house arrest, and tweeting that he just got a new gun and he wanted to do a drive-by with it. Now, on March the 25th, 2014, GD rapper Lil Mark, associated with a crew called 051, would drop a song called No Competition. This would be a remix of Black Disciple rappers Lil Durk and Lil Reese's 2013 song Competition. Lil Mark would essentially use Lil Durk's beat to diss him and his OTF crew from Lamron. But it wasn't just Durk that was getting dissed. Lil Mark would diss numerous people associated with the Black Disciples, including people from both O Block and an affiliated crew of BDs known as 600. Lil Mark's song would mock OD Perry and J Money and see him rapping openly that he is a Black Disciple killer, as well as proudly repping his affiliations to his gang set 051 Young Money. This song made Lil Mark a huge target for both O Block and 600. And around this period, King Von would frequently tweet that he was in traffic, riding around the city, armed and looking for ops to kill. On March the 28th, 2014, Von would tweet that he was in traffic, tagging D-Rose, an infamous shooter from the O Block affiliated set 600, with D-Rose himself tweeting that the cops hate to see Von, T-Roy, and him all together. Von would tweet gunshot emojis around 10 AM on the 28th of March 2014. And only a few hours later, that very same day, around 1:30 PM, it's believed that a large group of gang members were riding around in a silver minivan with Florida license plates, most likely a stolen car. Meanwhile, a 20-year-old Mark Campbell, aka Lil Mark, was at a bus stop on the 300 block of East 51st Street. It's believed that that minivan pulled up and a masked man jumped out, shooting Lil Mark in the head. with Mark ultimately being pronounced dead at the scene only minutes later at 1:41 p.m, and that minivan connected to the shooting being found in flames at 6:30 p.m. that very night. It's widely believed that D. Rose was the shooter, with King Von being present for this murder. D. Rose even posted a clip to social media of him and his friends returning to the scene of the crime and filming, where King Von can allegedly be heard in the background of the car.
Hey, it's a 251st!
Damn, body down.
Oh, that's
Body down.
Man, these dudes.
D. Rose would tweet, "Call 'em, never heard of 'em," with a laughing face just 36 minutes after the killing. King Von would tweet just 42 minutes after the shooting, "Die why," with a bunch of laughing faces, with this being a sign of disrespect to Lil Mark's gang 051 Young Money. That tweet was then followed by Von saying 051 better keep their head up, with a bunch of laughing emojis. Then he says he lives for this, F the ops. And just in case there was any doubt about King Von being present for that murder, he would also reply to somebody on Twitter discussing Lil Mark, saying outright he just saw the murder, with King Von going on to tweet at other O-Block affiliates that they would be celebrating that night. Von was speaking so recklessly on Twitter, his sister would even tell him to go in the house, with the defiant Von replying to her with gunshot and demon emojis, then tweeting that Lil Mark's death was getting him attention from women, even going as far to say that Lil Mark's pregnant girlfriend might have cheated on him. Followed by another tweet a few days later where Von claimed that he leaves people dead at the bus stop just like Tuka, a tweet that's even more disrespectful when you learn that Lil Mark was actually Tuka's older brother. D. Rose would also tweet the day after the murder, saying you ain't gotta ask who shot him, indicating that he was indeed the shooter of Lil Mark, as well as proudly saying that he was smoking on Marco. But Von and D. Rose weren't the only ones celebrating the death of Lil Mark, because Lil Durk, the original subject of Lil Mark's diss song No Competition, released just 3 days before he was killed, would end up making a trip to the very bus stop where Mark was gunned down, with Durk telling his followers that this was a very special place.
Hey, this bus stop right here though, this is a real famous place, you hear me? This is a real famous place, B. Hey, this bus stop, that's a real famous place, B. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Because of all of the attention from rappers about this incident, Lil Mark's death became news beyond the local Chicago papers, with this killing taking place during the heyday of DJ Academic's War in Chirac series, where Academics would report satirically on the Chicago drill scene and the shocking crimes going on within it. King Von himself would even go on to rap about killing people at bus stops many years later, as well as on the song Exposing Me, where he says that he is smoking Lil Mark and Tuka. And Lil Durk would go on to do the same thing, rapping in the December 2014 track War with E-Day 600, also saying that he is smoking Lil Mark and Tuka. Now, it's never been definitively confirmed who killed Lil Mark, but it's widely believed that the two most likely hitters...
This is a lot. These boys been doing this since 2014. Like, this is before, like, internet, like what's going on now with, like, they really started all this internet dissing, and man, this is tough. Get in the comments, man. Let me know what you think about that segment. Yeah, it's your boy King Lucky Money real reaction video. His reactions is getting real.